What up, guys? Kevin Frasard back again with another story time for you. This is a pretty funny story. So this is back in, I want to say it was like probably 2004, 2005-ish. I think I was about 21, 22 years old around that time. And went up to there's like a big festival that goes on, I think it's once a year, up at CMU, Central Michigan University. The buddies that I used to hang out with all the time back in the day, they were going to school there, so we went to, it's called Reggae Fest, and I had never been to it, so it's just all day live music and a bunch of drinking and stuff, so it sounded like a good time to me back then, so I definitely, I drove up and hung out with my buddies for the weekend for that particular one, so went to Reggae Fest and got just completely obliterated, shit smashed, drinking keg beer all day. Don't remember too much, but I remember bits and pieces, which is what I'm going to share in this video. So it's usually the same groups of people too you're going to start hearing as I tell these stories. It's the same clique of friends that I used to hang out with back in the day, party with, whatever. So Reggae Fest comes around and I just get hammered with my buddies. We're having a good time. And then I think me and my buddy Ryan, because I actually ran into him. Yeah, it's actually recently, maybe a few months ago, I ran into him at a store or something. We were talking about, he's like, hey man, remember after Reggae Fest, we hitchhiked back to Craig's apartment? I'm like, I don't fucking remember that. But yeah, so I guess we ended up hitchhiking back to my buddy's apartment. We get there, and the main thing that we would always do when I partied with them up there is we'd get that Papa John's. Papa John's was open till like 4 in the morning or something up there, so we'd get pizza and, you know, try to soak up the alcohol, feel better for the next morning so we weren't as hungover. So we end up ordering Papa John's, and at some point I freaking blacked out. I remember eating pizza, and then that was it. I woke up the next day and I was on the floor in my buddy's bedroom by myself, and kind of look around, you know, my head starts hurting, and I go to reach for my phone and my keys and shit. I just go in my pocket. Suddenly I feel something squishy in there. I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I grab it, I pull it out, and it's a half-eaten hot dog in my pocket. So the first thing I do, I go, fucking Craig, and then I hear about 8 people in the living room downstairs. Everyone starts laughing and shit, so they were all in on it, obviously. So I get up, I walk downstairs, and we all start talking about you know, the night we had and everything. And my other buddy Ryan, who was living up there, he's like, man, he's like, do you remember me yelling it in your ear? He's like, I got it on video, and we had back then we had the flip phones and just the shittiest potato footage ever, but like it was 15-20 seconds of hilarious footage of I guess I passed out eating the pizza. I had this large pizza in my lap, and I'm eating it, and he showed me the video. I was passed out with the pizza box in my lap, and I'm still chewing and I'm sleeping, and he's yelling in my ear. Back then I had the nickname Bomb. That came from a combination of like my last name's Frasard, so I used to, when we would all get together, I used to have just the worst fucking gas. And my other buddy Ryan, I got a lot of buddies named Ryan back then, he nicknamed me Frizzy Bomb, because he's like, man, those Frizzy Bombs, those things are horrible. That's where that nickname came from. And then they shortened it to Bomb. Everybody started calling me Bomb. Well, my other buddy Ryan's like yelling in my ear, Bomb, Bomb, like yelling in my face. And I'm just sitting here passed out eating this pizza. And then I started talking to Craig about, you know, throwing that nasty hot dog in my pocket. I'm like, you're a dick, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then I walked to the bathroom. He's got a bathroom right there next to the living room. And I'm like, what the hell is that all along my ear? They smeared a bunch of Keebler crackers in my ears and like around the backside of it and shit. Oh man, I miss that stuff. But I guess that's a little bit, that's just a fraction of the payback that I guess I deserve for taking a piss on his bed, which is, I'll put a card for that story. That was hilarious. But yeah, Craig, I remember this was months later. He ended up puking down the side of my door in my first car that I had. I had a Dodge Shadow back then. That was my first car, and we only had to go 2 blocks to get to his house so I could drop his ass off and he could go to bed. But no, he couldn't hold it. He puked down the side of my door, and that fucking smell stayed forever. I could not get rid of that smell. No matter how much I scrubbed and cleaned, you think you get every nook and cranny, you don't. There's still fragments of puke in there. But no, that was one story I wanted to share with you guys, and there's going to be many more of these. I got tons of hilarious stuff I used to do back then with those guys, and there's a lot of good stories coming up. So thought you guys might like this one, and if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and keep checking back for more content. Appreciate you guys watching as always, and you guys take care. Later.